Oda has planned everything perfectly. It seems that Kuma's flashback will end in the next chapter, and most likely we will see the incident that will shock the world. There are two popular theories for chapter 1100. Either Kuma will arrive at Egghead, or Dragon will start his move. But before talking about the upcoming chapter, let's talk about this one, because Oda revealed a lot of new information with small details that you might have missed. The chapter starts in the Sorbet Kingdom. King Bekori is inspired by the king of the Goa Kingdom and decides to do the same, burn down the villages and kill people who protest. In this chapter, we saw an angry Kuma, and we saw how powerful Kuma's devil fruit actually is. When it was revealed that Kuma's Nikyu Nikyu no Mi and Kaido's Uo Uo no Mi are part of the prizes at God Valley, everyone decided that Kaido's devil fruit was the superior one. After seeing Kuma's flashback and seeing what can be done with the powers of the Nikyu Nikyu no Mi, I understand why those devil fruits were equally rated at God Valley. Bonnie ate the Toshi Toshi no Mi by accident and tried practicing her transformation while she looked at Connie, King Bulldog's mother. She got good quickly at using her devil fruit abilities. Later, we saw Bonnie's Connie form at Mary Joey's when she transformed into an old lady. In this chapter, Kuma destroyed the palace of the Sorbet Kingdom and defeated King Bekori twice, later fled to the sea and became a pirate. He traveled around the world searching for a cure for Bonnie's disease. He visited all the islands where he sent the Straw Hats during the Sabaody incident. He talked with people of the Torino Kingdom, with scientists from Watharia, with Heracles, and he even visited Kuragiana Island, the island that was inhabited only by Mihawk and human drills at the time. Finally, Kuma reunited with Dragon and the Revolutionary Army commanders on the ship. Bello Betty says that Dragon would not give the position of the commander of the East Army to anyone unless Kuma allows it, as far as it was Ginny's previous position. Of course, Kuma agrees and later talks with Dragon about Vegapunk. Dragon suggests that Kuma shall go to Vegapunk to cure Bonnie. Kuma is grateful and tells Dragon that if he manages to cure Bonnie, he would like to fight alongside him again, but Dragon replies, "Just leave fate to the blow of the wind, my friend." The theory that Dragon has a wind Logia has never been so close to the truth. We have hints from both Oda and mythology that he usually uses in One Piece. Dragon's marine rank has not been revealed yet, but considering his strength, most likely he was an admiral. We can't just speculate, so I will show you an interesting theory that gives us more evidence. In Chinese mythology, there are said to be 4 seas: North, South, East, and West. Those 4 seas are represented by 4 colors: yellow, blue, white, and red. They have also been represented by different animals over time, including a monkey, a bird, a dragon, and a dog. A North Sea with a yellow monkey equals Admiral Kizaru, a South Sea with a blue bird equals Admiral Aokiji, a West Sea with a red dog equals Admiral Akainu, which would leave the East Sea to equal Admiral White Dragon. Aokiji has an ice Logia, Akainu has magma, and Kizaru has a light devil fruit. All 3 have Logias, so it makes sense that Dragon has a wind Logia devil fruit. It will explain every dragon scene in One Piece. A storm surrounds Dragon's debut in Loguetown, the wind blows through when Dragon arrives in Grey Terminal, Dragon faces home whenever the wind blows, and in the current chapter he tells Kuma to leave everything to the blow of the wind. And by his expression, we can speculate that he's talking about himself. Something I wanted to address in regards to this theory is how Oda constructs most of his devil fruit characters. Take Luffy. He's a rubber man. Okay, so what does rubber do? It bounces back. It's durable. The aspects of Luffy's abilities aren't just physical, they are part of who he is as a person. Don Flamingo manipulates, Ace is hot-blooded, Buggy avoids conflict as much as possible, etc, etc. Operating on this same basis, let's assume for the sake of argument that Dragon does indeed have a wind devil fruit. Winds of change is a common expression. Forces that have the power to change things, used generally to mean change is going to happen. The winds of change have begun to blow. How appropriate for a man in charge of a revolution. Dragon can listen using the wind as well. How did he know exactly where to be when Luffy was on the execution platform in Loguetown, or where Sabo was when he was in danger? It might be fate, or it might also be Dragon being attuned to these winds of change. Also, the Revolutionary Army managed to escape Baltigo before Blackbeard attacked it and relocated their operations to Momoiro Island. I have a feeling that Blackbeard's attack was not a surprise to the revolutionaries because Dragon could hear Burgess talking to his crewmates. The chapter ends with Kuma meeting Vegapunk. Vegapunk was shocked when he discovered that Kuma was a buccaneer and asks him to take part in his experiment in exchange for curing Bonnie. Vegapunk tells Kuma that his clones will save the lives of people, which makes Kuma happy because he thinks that it's the purpose for why he was born. He says something interesting. Kuma tells Vegapunk that he was ready to accept any condition, even if Vegapunk was a demon. Vegapunk is not a demon, but a character listening to this conversation most likely is. And this character is Saturn. The demonic devil fruit, demonic rituals, immortality, and now another parallel from Oda that hints about the five elders being demons. Vegapunk calls Kuma a saint, and I think this is another hint that foreshadows the end of the Egghead arc. Did you notice that only Saturn plays a role in Kuma's story? Before that, all five Gorosei were shown together every time, but now only Saturn was seen at God Valley, only Saturn was informed about King Bekori's actions, and only Saturn was listening to Kuma and Vegapunk's conversation. Also, only Saturn went to Egghead. Jenny got an incurable disease named Sapphire Stone. This disease is also called Saturn Stone. Also, in chapter 1094, we saw that Saturn is the one who gave an order to erase Kuma's individuality. I believe Kuma will arrive at Egghead, get his memories back, which are still locked in the room at Egghead. Saturn will reveal that he was the one who killed Ginny, infected Bonnie, and ruined Kuma's life from the very start, which will make Kuma furious, and he will kill Saturn, or at least he will play a big role in killing him. A saint will defeat a demon. It will be the incident that will shock the world. The Gorosei and Celestial Dragons made Kuma's life a living hell, so I believe and I want to see Kuma taking revenge on Saturn. Also, as a revolutionary, it will be their first step into overthrowing the world government. Before the big fights, Oda loves to show one of the members dying or losing from the opposing team. For example, Luffy defeated Blueno before CP9 and Straw Hats fought. We also saw Luffy defeating Cracker before the main event of Whole Cake Island started. The Straw Hats also defeated Virgo and Monet before they went to Dressrosa. The same thing happened with the Baroque Works agents in Alabasta arc, so I believe we will see this pattern at Egghead as well. We know that Vegapunk is the smartest man in the world, so most likely he knew that Saturn or someone from the Gorosei was listening to his conversation with Kuma. He is not fully on the government's side, so he would not share all his true intentions with the Gorosei. Also, Dragon was mentioned during this conversation. I believe there is still a secret around pacifistas that is not yet revealed. There are a few possibilities, but the most obvious one is that Dragon can secretly control all the pacifistas. He is at the top of his hierarchy. Maybe that was the reason why Dragon sent Kuma to Vegapunk and asked him to believe in him. Dragon knew that the only man who could cure Bonnie was Vegapunk, and so he could not do it for free because, as you saw, Saturn was listening to their conversation, so Dragon chose the best plan. He helped Kuma to find the best doctor for his daughter and also created an army of pacifistas with the help of Vegapunk. Dragon and Vegapunk were really close 22 years ago. Also, considering that Bonnie was really happy after seeing Kuma's memories, I'm sure there's a chance to bring the real Kuma back to life, so Dragon did not sacrifice his friend. Dragon must be one of the smartest characters in One Piece, so him doing something like this makes sense. He is also one of the strongest characters in One Piece, and if you want to know more about his powers and haki, you can watch this video right here. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.